this is Madhuri, and today we have Jasmine from Peninsula College with us. And what we want to do is we want to chat with him and talk to him about Peninsula College and as a customer of SpaceBasic, how that has been so far. So thank you so much for chatting with us today. And I would love for you to introduce yourself, introduce Peninsula College, and take it from there.
Sure. So Peninsula basically started in 2013. And how the startup was, it started on a parent company called PKT Logistics. We felt the need to have our own college, so we were able to put more correctly and also to have a better understanding of what's required for a market. Right? So as of now, we have about 600 medical students. The majority of them are actually enrolled in logistics, some with cyber science, accounts business, and so forth. So various fields of studies, but they give back for this bucket. So in a nutshell, this is ways that's right.
Right. That's good. And Jasmine, before using SpaceBasic, when it came to just managing student housing or student hostels, how was that experience in general?
I think for lack of a better word, it was okay at the start when we didn't have that much housing for the local students. We had the real estate, but we didn't have the numbers. That was at the start. However, as we went along, a couple of years down the road, the housing requests started to increase. So when the demand increased, that created a little bit of a hobby for us. Basically, we were not inclined to manage hostels or household for students. So it was extremely manual. It was somewhat excruciating for the team because of all this manual work, right? And we needed to look for something or a software or a partner that's able to understand where we're at currently, how small of an outfit that we actually are and cater towards our operation time.
Once you adopted technology, right, in this case, SpaceBasic, how has that shifted from what typically would be a manual process? How has that kind of changed day-to-day, let's say, operations for you and the team?
Well, I'd like to say that the operation has been simplified. We have removed a lot of the redundant tasks, there's a lot of manual work, there's not the repetition. There's also night without the policy. I think that would be one of the main focuses in this point, because again, we are a small outfit. And also we are able to shift the perspective of the current workforce. Let them understand that this technological advances could actually help in the long run. You're able to focus on other things that actually happen.
What are some of the areas or some of the offerings within the product that kind of stands out for you, saying, okay, this has helped, let's say, for example, finance, right? What are one, two of those offerings that is, and we've seen significant impact?
I think in general, what we wanted to what the users would want would be a clean UI, right? Something that's simplistic, easy to see, easy to use. Generally, that's what people gravitate towards. It's an app that's too difficult, too many steps, too many drop-down buttons, whatnot. Basically, fix a lot of process for that actually does the app. Typically, it's actually spend a little bit more pets at max 45 seconds. After that, it becomes more of a chore. So yes, the TUI will be one of them. The room management will be one of them as well. So it's a very easy to use room management, easy to see. Like the usual deposits, current coming up with nicer question system as well.
So with better operations or faster, more efficient operations, have you seen any significant kind of impact? Let's say in terms of, it could be ROI in just terms of resources, or it could be ROI in terms of, let's say, efficiency for the team and optimization there. So are there any direct impact on ROI that you see using SpaceBasic?
Yes, this is definite. And I think one of the reasons why we wanted to go with SpaceBasic was because we understood that there would be an ROI, both in terms of efficiency and also productivity. What System actually helped us did was it simplified the entire process of onboarding, checking in, catering systems, and also checking out. So I didn't have to rely on one particular person to do this job. They didn't have to standby a person working, additional times in order to cater to this request. So it's basically that dealing with a software bot, and everything is simplified towards that. Right? So I don't need to hire additional people. I maintain my current workforce, and I expand that to things that would require more human touch, such as customer service, taking complaints and calls personally, being able to attend to them one-on-one. The system, we are able to actually mobilize our people to do something like this. If I didn't have a system, or that you didn't get SpaceBasic in, we would have to do this manually. And this would actually need up more time, data checking, onboarding, and troubleshooting the process of cables all the way up to the checkout process. And so we wanted to ensure that this entire bit, which we categorize as a redundant work, was taken care of by the system itself. This was SpaceBasic actually.
I think Hadi said that also. There is a lot of big minor people has been used, right? There's also a lot of consumption of energy, etc. Even in a room like this where you keep sitting, there's energy, electricity, all of these things that come in. And today we see universities paying special focus on ESG and green energy, and how to optimize and be more sustainable and have a sustainable campus. How do you think, especially when it comes to hostel management and occupantation, where do you see that play out?
There are two things that I think I can safely emphasize on what would be the green policy. These days, the talk is extremely hard. People mention about ESG. We mention about UN 17 SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals, and one of them would be, I think the simplest would be actually saving the environment through means of lesser resources used. Right. So in this case, it would be paper. So paper, in general, it might not seem large, but this.
Yeah.
So just the safe assumption would be on check-in and on invoicing, have a mountain of paper where you have 200 to 300 to 400 to 600 students, and this would be going very simple. Right. So we've cut down significantly on our paper usage. It's basically zero paper usage. Right. Everything is done throughout the entire system. Stop that sacred cap. So we don't have to worry about having just one copy. Because usually what happens is we would have to pay 3 different copies. One for the client, one for the account and finance, and one for customer service portion. Which again, it doesn't make sense in the long run. We are supposed to go in line with ESG. And because this is one of our green energy policies, or we call it REACT, right? We had to eliminate the use of paper, right? So using a software like this, especially for SpaceBasic, made it a lot easier to transition. So that's the first item. The second item that I would like to touch about is actually using our manpower correct. So with the current workforce that we have, we do understand that the workforce that we have these days, they do not like to do redundant work. They like to be able to contribute to it, feel like they actually matter to the organization or even the work itself. And taking redundant tasks off of their hands allows us to bring in new things to their table and for them to actually explore better the different skill sets. And that's what we're actually doing right now. So I guess that will be in line with the S in ESG. So
yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, wow. And now what the next natural question is implementation, right? While technology has so much to offer, and while we, especially at SpaceBasic, try to kind of really impact, not just digitize, but impact universities positively, how has the implementation process been? Because I think one of the harder things for universities to do is change management. Moving to digital and moving to software, but also beyond that, just the whole implementation process, getting your team up and about and up to speed about how to use and getting that drive usage, students, staff, parents, etc.
Well, to be frank, the entire process itself, even from picking a vendor to lobbying this to the upper management, lobbying this to the middle management and the users itself, it wasn't easy at the start, right? People who are resilient to change is the next step. But I think because we develop day to day in different types of MC softwares, that made it a lot easier for them to transition to something that's able to simplify their life tasks and their daily needs. For me personally, and for my team working with SpaceBasic, it's been extremely smooth because communication has always been a part. Basically, we've received I think it's fast 30 minutes, right? We get a reply from the team in SpaceBasic itself, or would wait changes within 2 to 3 days. So it's extremely responsive. And I think that's one of the key things as experiential learning for the current team we here for the management positions. So I think from the start, we understood that SpaceBasic had that capability, and we also had the right team in place, particularly a technical team that can make changes on the go. And that's what we actually needed. Because we are a small user, and so we may not understand what is needed to run a network study, right? But SpaceBasic basically gave us a lot of ideas of what is being done on the outside, much larger canvases, and all those ideas trickled down. We started to form our own to make it more personal experience. So it was, in a way, it's off the shelf but tailored towards us. So that was a very pleasant experience.
And I know we didn't even meet in person until today, and the entire kind of sales and onboarding, we did have a team come back, but the entire initial process of getting SpaceBasic off the ground was rewarded. I mean, that was very exciting for us as well to kind of, I think that's the power of being digital and being connected, and regardless of where we are.
I think it was a first-time experience for most of us trying to work remotely in that sense. And we've all done remote work, right? But nothing like this, nothing like trying to tailor an app according to your current needs, but not being able to do face-to-face, right? So it was a different age that we were shifting towards too, but it was really exciting. It was scary, but it went really smooth.
Yeah, well, thank you for trusting us with that process. And my last question here is, you have, I'm sure you would have looked at a market, you would have vetted, different service providers. Why SpaceBasic, and how do you position to choose us, or let's say probably other, let's say softwares or products out there?
There's no way to actually simplify this. Of course, there were many criteria that we actually had to look through, but I could pick one or two out. And I think the first would be, generally for the procurement team, it would go through price point first, then product. But what we wanted was to focus on the product itself, right? So I would say price, product, and placement, right? The fact that we have dealt with a lot of larger campuses gave us that confidence, right? It's still the level of confidence, especially for us, because when you presented, you knew exactly where the pain points were without us even having to address everything. I would say 85% of the pain points were all covered in the first meeting itself. So the subsequent meetings were just tailoring and trying to custom-make certain steps within the system itself to cater towards us. So it's more personalization comes after, but the majority of it was actually covered by a SpaceBasic team in the first meeting by itself. So that kind of showed the strength of SpaceBasic in that particular area. So I think that would be it.
Well, thank you so much for choosing us, and it's been a very good experience for us as well, wholehearted. And we're looking forward to kind of doing more and being more here and, working closely together. So thank you so much for your time.
My pleasure. That was it.